How are you guys doing today? My name is Andy.montalvo. I'm a real estate agent here in Houston, Texas with Martha Turner Sotheby's. And today I wanted to cover whether you as a buyer should wait to buy a house later in 2022 or whether you should buy right now. One big question going around everywhere really, and I'm seeing it a lot here in Houston, is should I wait to buy a house or should I buy right now? Now, majority of 2021 has been a very hot and active real estate market, specifically here in Houston. And you really saw the signs of it in the summer months. It was probably the hottest it's ever been. Now, after the summer months, things started slowing down a bit. Buyers started kind of coming off the market and just holding off, seeing what would happen. We were expecting maybe interest rates to go up a little bit, so maybe it would take some buyers off the market and make it a little less competitive. And also maybe expecting some more sellers to take advantage of some of these price increases that have been constantly happening month to month. Now we are 2 weeks away from the end of the year and we are still seeing really low interest rates. So that is keeping a lot of buyers on the market, and housing inventory is still an issue. So a lot of sellers are not coming out and selling because they don't know where they're going to move to. And they're not going to move during Christmas time or during the New Year's Eve, when they want to be with family, they want to be at home instead of trying to hustle around trying to find their next home. Now, 2021 was a historically low year for mortgage rates. And as you can see, we are still seeing some of the higher rates that we have seen in 2021. However, when you compare that to the past 5 years, we are still seeing some of the lowest interest rates that we have seen in the past 5 years. And then go and compare it to the past 10 years. Even in the past 10 years, we are still in some of the lowest mortgage rates that we have ever seen. These low rates make borrowing money very cheap. So a lot of buyers are continuing to stay on market and trying to buy their next home. So when mortgage rates are that low, buyers are going to continue to be on market and be on the lookout for any house that fits their needs or their dream house, and they're going to jump on it right away. Houses that are overpriced are sitting on the market much longer, and buyers start wondering why these houses aren't selling in such a hot market. So I want to stress that if you are selling your house, make sure that you're paying a lot of attention to your pricing. Now, on the topic of new listings coming to market, as you can see, we have seen a steady decline in new listings from July now to December. And what I wanted to point out is, if you look on this graph, you can see that the active listings have actually kind of remained high, had a slight decrease throughout the months of July through November, but still remains sort of high. Now, what that means is that you still had several listings, sit on the market after July and into August, September, October, November, because probably overpricing, the house maybe needed too much work and it wasn't enticing buyers to come in. So if that doesn't stress to you as a seller that you need to pay attention to your listing price, then I don't know what else will. The housing inventory isn't the only thing that has been decreasing after summer. As you can see, sales have also decreased after the summer months into the fall months and now into December. Now, if you look at the blue line, you can see that the average sales price for a single family home has increased actually if past September, even with a decrease in sales. Now, that brings me back to my statement that even though there's a lot of houses sitting on market for a little longer than we saw at the beginning of 2021 or throughout the summer months, you are seeing a lot of buyers come in when that house hits that right price point, or it's the best house on the market that pops up, or it's the right house for a lot of buyers that pop up. Buyers are still not afraid of coming in with several offers and pretty crazy offers sometimes. So unfortunately for a lot of buyers who in the summer months couldn't buy a house and said, well, you know what, I think the prices are going to decrease by the end of the year, so I'll just wait. Now they're kind of biting their thumb and don't know what to do. So combine this heavy demand for homes with a really big housing deficit, not just here in Houston, but throughout the nation. Look, as you can see, it's being reported everywhere. You got to pay attention to this. Now combine those two, and this is something that seems like it's going to continue probably well into 2022. You have a really large deficit in inventory, so buyers are going to continue to come in very competitive in offers, and because their options are so limited and they want to buy a house. Even a lot of large organizations are predicting that the prices are going to continue to increase. It might be a small percentage, might be a large percentage. See here you can say Danielle Held, the chief economist for Realtor.com, stating on Forbes that she even expects pricings to kind of increase another 2.9% on top of 2021 highs. And as you can see here, Fannie Mae predicts a 7.4 home appreciation for 2022, and the National Association of Realtors predicts a 2.8% appreciation for existing homes and a 4.4 appreciation for new homes. Now we are in December, and the winter months tend to be a little slower than the rest of the year. So it would be real interesting to see what happens as spring comes by. By then, we should see more sellers come onto market and add some inventory into the spring real estate market here in Houston. But we will probably continue to see a big surge in buyer demand as we have a lot of pent up buyers from the summers and now the winter months who maybe couldn't find a house that they wanted or kept losing out on offers. Now, one thing to pay attention to is pay attention to the mortgage rates, because if prices continue to increase and then the mortgage rates continue to increase, the home affordability is going to get a lot worse, right? It's going to be more expensive for you to borrow for your home. Your mortgage payments on a monthly basis are going to be higher than they could have been. So that could be one of the downfalls of waiting to see if prices will drop or drop just a little bit. As long as mortgage rates remain really low, you're going to continue to see buyers on market. Now, I don't expect spring in 2022 and summer in 2022 to be as crazy as it was this past year in 2021, but I still expect to see, lower inventory than usual and just a big pent-up buyer demand. Now, for buyers, if you are seeing some houses sit on the market just a little longer, you still have to be very competitive with your offers, and you still have to kind of come in thinking of what's the best that you can do in case a scenario comes. You're still seeing multiple offers on homes, and you're still seeing some houses sell over asking price, and a lot of buyers coming in and fighting for those same homes. However, I wouldn't advise on waiving contingencies like inspections and option periods and those sort of things. You always want to remain protected as a buyer, even if you are in a competitive market. So again, if you are a buyer, expect to be aggressive when coming into the marketplace, now and probably well into part of 2022 and maybe all of 2022. If you do want to know what it's like to buy a house in a seller's market, kind of like what we had in here in 2021, check this video out. I kind of run through some of the things that you as a buyer need to take a look at and pay attention to when coming into a hot market like this. Now, if you are a buyer or a seller who's about to become a buyer, one of the most important things you can do in this market is stay prepared and connect yourself with a good lender. If you need a great lender to talk to here in the Houston area to give you some guidance or kind of help you prepare for when it comes for you to buy your house, shoot me an email. My information is down below. I'd love to give you some options, kind of give you 2, 3, a couple people that you can talk to, conversate with and open that dialogue with them so that you can prepare yourself whenever it comes to buying your home. Overall, guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope this information helped you out and kind of gave you some insight onto if maybe you should wait or maybe you should buy right now, and help you kind of make a decision on what you want to do. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out or put them down in the comment section. I would love to get them answered for you. My contact information is also down in the description, so if you need to shoot me an email with a question, or if you're looking to buy or sell property here in Houston, feel free to reach out. Besides that, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, as your support means everything to me. I plan to continue doing a weekly video, especially into the 2022 year, and giving you some insight into the Houston real estate market, some real estate information, and maybe some fun things you can do around here in Houston, Texas. So thank you for watching this video, and I cannot wait to see you next time.